So I had to get off the trail for one day unexpectedly because my mother took a fall. And my friend Mark was nice enough to come pick me up. And if you watched the videos last year, you remember Mark, his trail name is Dog Brain, and he showed up in the winds to do some trail magic and again at the Green River. So it was nice to see him and my other friend Jim, who was in Livingston the week before when I was there with my family. So, but we all three haven't been together, and especially together hiking, since 1998 on the PCT. So my mom is doing better. I just really needed to be in communication for a day. You know, cell service is spotty out here. And hopefully there won't be any complications, but she's still in the hospital. So I think I'm going to do another. Jim and Mark did about 6 miles, so then they're going back to camp at the trailhead, and so they did we're going to do a 12-mile day hike, and we're not going to get that many miles today, but we're going to be ready to go tomorrow morning. So I'm thinking we might get 9 or 10 today to see how it works out. I forgot to mention it, but it's my birthday. Everyone was nice enough to give me a cake last night. We got a little barbecue at the ranch I was staying at where Mark lives, and that was really special for me. Thanks, guys. But yeah, I almost forgot. Oh, I'll just mention it because I mentioned it last year. Last year I was in the winds, and Mark, aka Dog Brain, met me at the end of that day too. And I had a nice evening for my birthday then too. So yeah, that was really cool. Did I mention it? $7:15. Got a good night's sleep last night. Still seems like it gets dark so late and gets light early, and I don't have enough hours to sleep. I took like 15 minutes to edit my video, but it's a short darkness right now. It's 13 miles to water, so hopefully it's not a real up and down trail this morning and we can make some time. I filled up all my water bottles. Shouldn't be a problem. See how far we get today. We are just a little below 10,000 feet here. And I think I've pretty much got this climb knocked out. It's the trail going across there. It's only a little after 5, but I was beat. I got 19.7 today, almost 20. Probably could have gone farther, but I needed a place to get away from the flies and mosquitoes. They've been so bad today. There's a beautiful creek. I'll film it in a minute when I go over there. I'm going to wash up over there, but right now I'm just recovering from a hard day on the trail. "6:35. I'm packing up, getting ready to hit the trail, but I wanted to mention when I went down to the stream this morning to clean my pot off, something had flipped over a big log next to the trail, probably 100 feet from my tent, and I'm pretty sure it hadn't been flipped over yesterday. I thought I heard something when I woke up in the middle of the night last night, and I lay there for a little while, and I put on a podcast so I couldn't hear any noises, but it could have been a bear. Anyway, 2 days left to get to Lima, Montana, and I've got a little over 30 miles to get there, so however it works out, a 20 and a 10 would be great. 2:15s. We will see. I wanted to mention, I'm thinking about my mom this morning. She should be getting out of the hospital. She's got a couple helpers. She's going to require 24-hour care, but I know she's happy just to get out of that place. She's never happy in the hospital, and she spent a lot of time there lately. So I don't know if she'll see this or not, but I love you, Mom. Moose. I'm really enjoying walking through this forest after being so exposed to the sun yesterday. You can tell there's been some good forest management going on in this particular block. Got a mix of age classes, plenty of shade. I like. They got some big ones in here, that's for sure. Look at that, diameter just as wide as my trekking pole. These rings here, they go back a long ways and they tell a story. I took a nice long lunch break under a shade tree where I had cell service. And then I got back on trail and quickly discovered I'm off trail. But this is the old CDT. There was a fire and they rerouted it, I guess, and I missed the turn. So we're just taking the old one back to the red line right now. I just saw a couple, ooh, there's another. I guess that's a deer. Thought it was elk, but they're not really colored like elk. And that one looked like a deer. This has turned into quite a bushwhack. Wasn't expecting this today. It does show you that forests recover from fire. This was a hot one. It killed all the trees in here. And look how green it is again. I don't see any trees coming back though. Mostly brush. Might not look like it, but I am back on the red line now. It's 6:45. Yesterday was a rough afternoon. It was really dragging to get up here. And lost my tent stakes. I think I must have left them at the last campsite. And I didn't have enough water. I would have given you $30 for some cold Gatorade yesterday evening. Luckily, it's only 2 miles to a spring. I've got a little bit of water to sip on. But we got 18 miles to get down to town. My non-trail legs are showing. But we'll make it, and we'll be in town tonight. If you're curious, I just made little tent stakes out of wood. Didn't even think about it. But it sucks because I'm attached to those tent stakes. Oh well. The trail is like straight up this morning. Otherwise I would have made those 2 miles. Easy. Fires to the north. Can you hear that? Yep, we got Brokeback Mountain up here. About to go through a herd of sheep, and by all the Sobo's accounts, the sheepdogs have been very aggressive towards hikers. So, I already heard one person sprayed them and two said they wanted to spray them. There's one of the cowboys up there. Hopefully he can call the dogs off. Yes. Are we gonna be friends? Right, we are. We're gonna let the hiker go. No, we're not gonna follow. We're not gonna follow. You're the one that's a little scary. This one here's about to get sprayed. He's chased me quarter mile from the herd. I'll give him a few more minutes. He keeps following. He's getting sprayed. I do love dogs, and I was fine when the first two came up, but when I had 4 of them around me barking, oh man, and he was wagging his tail too. He was giving all the right signs, but they would not back off. He obviously didn't like the way I yelled at him. One of the dogs had quills in their face and paw. One of them, I think that one might have a few in his face too. Them cowboys. You know what pisses me off the most about that? I saw the cowboy. He was with those horses, and then he tied the horses up and ducked into the brush so he wouldn't have to talk to me. I think that's probably his only entertainment out here, is watching hikers come through the herd and get scared. You know what, buddy? Why is the herd right on the trail? Why? Hundreds of thousands of acres out here. Puts them right on the freaking trail. For days, because other hikers have been through this too. Go somewhere else, dude. This ain't Brokeback Mountain. And that was a big bull elk. 6 miles down to the interstate where I can hitch into Lima. I guess it's a road walk the whole way. If there has been one constant theme on this hike, besides mountains, it's cattle. Right, buddy? Right.